Let's set the scene. We're in Georgian England, at the home of Sir Edmund Hartwell. Now, this guy has it all, at least on the surface. He's a landowner, a respected barrister. His family looks like the absolute picture of success. But as we're about to find out, that picture is a lot more fragile than it looks. So, who are the key players here? We've got Sir Edmund and his wife, Lady Eleanor, and then there are their two daughters, Mirabelle, who's 15, and little Kitty, who's only 10. They're living this seemingly perfect life, but a single announcement is about to send shockwaves through their world, especially for Mirabelle. You have to remember, in this time and place, marriage wasn't just about finding love. It was business. It was a critical financial move. And for the Hartwell family, a deal has just been struck that is both a massive relief and a source of absolute dread. Sir Edmund has managed to arrange a marriage for Mirabelle with a really noble family, the Ashcombes. And here's the kicker. The Ashcombes don't expect a dowry. This is huge. It's a rare act of mercy that basically saves Sir Edmund from financial ruin. But for Mirabelle, well, for her, this is a prison sentence. And you can just feel the tension in the house right here. On one side, you have Mirabelle. At just 15, she gets it. She's being traded for her family's security, and all the light just goes out of her. And then you have her little sister, Kitty, who is just thrilled. All she can see are the parties, the music, the beautiful dresses. She has no idea what her sister's about to lose. This is what Kitty asks Mirabelle, and wow, it's such a sharp, heartbreaking question. In a world where a woman's entire future is tied up in who she marries, where does she ever really belong? It just perfectly captures that feeling of being completely powerless in your own life. That night, all of Mirabelle's anxiety boils over into this absolutely terrifying dream. She sees this gorgeous, safe barge, the life she wants, but it won't let her on. Instead, this wrecked little boat drifts over, and someone tells her, nope, this one is for you. And then it starts to sink. It's this horrible premonition that this marriage isn't a rescue. It's a disaster. So while Mirabelle is dealing with all this on the inside, the pressure from the outside world just ramps up to 11. The wedding is on, which means the Hartwell home is no longer a private space. Suddenly, it's a stage, and every single person who walks through that door is a judge. I mean, the whole house is just turned upside down. It's a total whirlwind. You've got carpenters, cooks, servants running everywhere. Every single detail, from the shine on a spoon to the food they serve, is part of this massive performance. It's all designed to scream, we are wealthy, we are stable, we belong. The stakes are incredibly high. And Sir Edmund himself says it all with this line. For a guy whose whole life is built on his reputation, being laughed at by his peers is basically a death sentence. He is terrified of looking cheap or inadequate, and that fear is driving every single choice he makes. And this creates a huge clash inside the family. You've got Sir Edmund, who's ready to spend any amount of money to protect their public image, but his wife, Lady Eleanor, she's the practical one. She knows they don't have unlimited funds. She's thinking about her kid's actual future, not just this one-day performance. The pressure is mounting. They're fighting about money, and Sir Edmund he needs to get away. He goes for a walk by the river to clear his head. It's a small decision, but it's the one that's about to bring their entire world crashing down. Out of the darkness, a figure from his past appears. It's a criminal he helped put away years ago. There's a confrontation, a demand for money. Sir Edmund says no. And then, bam, a single brutal moment of violence. And just like that, Sir Edmund and the entire future of the Hartwell family is left broken by the side of the river. When the news arrives, it just shatters the home. All that frantic, happy energy from the wedding planning, it's gone. In its place is this heavy, awful sorrow. The performance is officially over, and the terrifying truth of how vulnerable they really are is on full display. So what happens next? Well, the fallout is immediate, and it's about so much more than just their personal grief. This private tragedy instantly becomes a public scandal. The neighbors start whispering, and look at this part. The Ashcombes, the powerful family their daughter was supposed to marry into, don't send condolences. They send a messenger. They now see the Hartwells as a liability. Once a family's name is tarnished, it's unbelievably hard to fix. But this is where the story pivots. Because in the face of absolute disaster, it's Lady Eleanor who steps up to try and salvage what's left. And these are her words. This is her declaration of war. After the initial shock wears off, her grief turns into this fierce, focused determination. She refuses to let one criminal act, or the gossip that follows, destroy her daughters' lives. And she doesn't just say it, she has a plan. This isn't just about mourning, it's a full-on recovery operation. She's taking care of her kids, but she's also going through the finances. She's controlling the public story by making sure everyone acts with dignity. She's making the house physically safe, and most importantly, she's communicating directly with the Ashcombs, trying to repair that crucial alliance. Which brings us to the core lesson of this whole crisis. Stability, it turns out, is mostly an illusion. But reputation, even when it's badly damaged, isn't always broken for good. It can be mended. Not with big, dramatic gestures, but with this very careful combination of being kind and practical at the same time. So whether we're talking about Georgian England, Joseon Korea, or colonial India, the fundamental story is the same. The fight to protect your name is a fight to survive. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In a world where what people think of you is everything, what's the real price you have to pay to put the pieces back together?